Welcome back to 33FC Podcast Episode 8. I'm delighted to welcome the new co-host, Jake. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, all good, mate. You?
Yeah, not too bad. I
Brilliant,
just
good stuff,
mentioned
good stuff.
bringing him in as a co-host now because I think it's a great balance of two of us working together on this.
It's not that, guys. It's just you can't get rid of me. I always nag him about doing shows, so you can't get rid of me. So,
Well, you have to help him out now and again, don't you?
yeah.
So what's been going on in the football world? City qualified for the
Oh,
first Champions League final, didn't they, last night?
absolute brilliant. Absolute. I think it was. I didn't see the game myself, but I heard about it, and there's quite a few City fans at work, so they were delighted. And yeah, they deserve it. You know, they played really good football all season, especially in the Premier League. So yeah, they deserve it really.
Yeah.
The only thing United fans have got left to gloat at is they're not going to win the treble, but the real treble. But yeah, they've done really well. Congratulations to them, through to the first final.
And now it's up to Real Madrid or Chelsea to will join them. Who do you fancy for that?
I fancy Chelsea for the whole tournament, to be totally honest with you. I just think you've got a really good balanced squad, and cup competitions have done really well for them this season. Tuchel's a cracking manager. He's come into English football and just exploded. Yeah, so my tip is Chelsea, but the way City play, it's going to be a great final.
Yeah, and truth be told, I might disapprove of some people, but I want City to go on and win it. I can already see the comments.
I do, to be honest, but I do. But I just got a feeling about City. I think they've got Chelsea. I think they've got a really, really good chance this year.
And going back to your game at weekend, it was postponed, wasn't it?
Yeah. And by fans raging. Look, I get the protests. I understand it, but the minute you start trashing Old Trafford, it's detrimental to the club. And it was a select number of fans that has to be said. It wasn't every single United fan. They're not all. You know, it was a select number of fans. The minute you start trashing your club, I don't have any respect. It should be a ban for life. I get protests. That's going to happen. Even in COVID, it's going to happen. But you don't do it. You don't trash on stadium. It's just bang out of order.
Yeah, it's like you said there. The protests were necessary. You can understand the fans' frustrations where the club's been run, not just now, but for like 15 odd years. And sadly, you have that minority, don't you? You go and spoil it.
Yeah, and that's all it was. It was a minority. It was just a small select number of few that were idiotic. And every you have to say that. You can't say all United fans. It's every single club has it. They're idiots. Some might say you're looking at one, but every
I don't think it means me already.
No, no. Every number of fans has their idiots. So it's a small group. Just I think they get the frustrations, but of the Glazers, and that's fine. But do it in a manner which is controlled and less abusive, and they're fine. But they can't condone that. United in the place can't condone that. But it's not everyone. It's select few, and then need to stop talking about it, because the more we talk about it, the more publicity they get, and they don't deserve it.
But it's one of them as well. People are saying that they're only protesting because they're not challenging for anything silverware wise. Like they've dropped off they've been protesting about the Glazers for like a good 10 years now. It's not just a new thing. I just think the Super League and its creation just sparked it to a higher level.
Yeah,
I'm out now.
Definitely, yeah, I get that, but I just think, like, again, Jordan, I just think there's a way to protest, and that wasn't it on Sunday. That was horrible.
What do you think the punishment will be? Do you think United will see any points deductions or retrospective action, or do you think it'll be the fans who suffer?
I think it will be the club. I think it'll be a points deduction, which isn't fair, really. But you know, somebody's got to take punishment for it, and I think it'll be the club. So whether it'll be a fine, or I hope it's not a points deduction, because they don't deserve that. I think a fine, a suitable number of fine, would be the best outcome. But I don't agree with the points deduction, to be totally honest with you.
Sadly, sometimes that's the way the FA work on that. Your club does something wrong and you get a points deduction. I think one of the easiest ways might be to either replay the fixture, or if you want to do something that's going to be hard, Just give Liverpool the win.
Yeah, I think that's probably the right way, but I don't necessarily agree with giving us a win. To be totally honest with you, I know I'm not saying that, but I think replaying the fixture and a really, really big fine would be substantial enough. I think anything but a points deduction would be a suitable punishment. I don't agree with the points deduction. It's not fair.
And in other news in the football world, Jose Mourinho's found his new club in Roma, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's going back to him. I actually thought it'd end up in Italian football one day. So, but the connection he has to Inter Milan, I thought that would be I thought he'd actually retire at Inter Milan. I thought he'll get to a stage in his career where he thinks that was the happiest time of my life. I'm going back to sport. He surprised everyone. Gone to Roma. Best of luck to him. He's a fantastic manager. Whether you like the style of football he plays or not, you can't argue about his results. I think him and Guardiola have got such amazing numbers. He's done it at everybody he goes. Well, minus Spurs. But yeah, I think good luck to him. Yeah, I've always loved Mourinho, so
yeah, I think it'd be a good move for both myself. Roma, one of them clubs always teetering on the edge of success, and someone like Mourinho knows how to deliver it. Like whether people like his football or not, whether they think he's still a dinosaur, his football's perfect for a league like Serie A.
Yeah, to be honest with you, John, I disagree with the sacking at Spurs because I think the squad he wanted and the squad he had was two different things. I think if you would have gave him maybe another summer, I know we always saying if, but I just think if you gave him another summer and held on to Harry Kane, I think he could have got there. But it's not to be, and he's at Roma. All the best to him.
Yeah, you mentioned that about Spurs. He turned Harry Kane and Son into like these monsters, attackers. The goals and the assists they were producing. I think Harry Kane was topping the both Premier League goals and assists. Like that, the numbers speak for themselves. Like, but you shouldn't be sacking someone, especially on the eve of a cup final. Like you're asking for trouble.
Yeah, of course not. It's just the way they are football today. It's like a couple of years ago when Manchester United sacked Van Gaal on the day after the cup final. Do you know what I mean? It's like was it the day after or the day
he won the cup final? I think it was.
The day he won the cup final. It's just timing. I just think it's down to the board as well. And Daniel Levy is just like the harshest man in football. So if he doesn't like you, you're out.
Yeah. And other news, Championship League 1 and League 2 come to a head on Saturday, don't they? I couldn't get my words out.
Yeah. It's a big race in promotion, especially in League 1 and League 2. Yeah, they're doing really well. So, yeah, that'll be interesting to watch.
Yeah, hopefully we can go up this time. We didn't manage it Saturday against Exeter, but we've got another chance against Crawley.
Yeah.
We'll make it count this time.
Yeah, I think in terms of use, I think you will go up, but I think we've Salford, by the way, everyone. I think we've had so many chances, and we've just come a bit short every single year. We've got right this season especially. We've had so many chances of winning games we should have won, which we draw or lost. But I don't see us going up. But I think both
playoffs still an option.
Playoffs are still an option, but I just don't see us going up.
It's a shame, really, because you flew out the blocks early on, didn't you? You was unbeaten.
Yeah.
And then you just started to peter down the table.
Yeah, I think it's just been one of them things. Just like when you start too fast, you kind of have everything is kind of balanced in League 1 and League 2, the Premier League. So it's one of them things. People are. It's one of them things, really. So people are gonna. Every team is gonna have a little imbalance in their season, and ours has just come at the wrong time.
Yeah, going back to the Championship, I think early on in the season we said about Wayne Rooney being a good choice for Derby. It doesn't look that way now, does it?
Oh God, yeah, eat my words or what? Jesus. Yeah, he's not doing too well at the moment. Are they tinkering around relegation, are they, Jordan?
Yeah, I think if they lose on Saturday to Sheffield Wednesday, there's a good possibility they'll be going down.
Yeah, it's just not worked out with them. I mean, it's one of them things. It's always a gamble taking on a freshly retired player and turning into a manager. It's just slightly not worked out for Wayne Rooney. But then again, it's his first job in football. It came mid-season, so you can argue that it's not his fault, but it might be his fault. Jordan, just quickly, us as in Salford, 45 games left, 2 points shy of 7th place, Forest Green.
So we've got a weekend.
And we've got Leyton Orient, which will be a cracking game.
Tough game. Is it home or away?
It's at home, so you never know. And Forest Green, just looking at the table, Forest Green, I've got Oldham away. So you never know. You never know in football. So
they're 2 tough fixtures. I know you. Definitely. I think you've only lost once at home. And I'm sat right in front of you.
Yeah, I know. But I think the Forest Green game will be tough. Be a tough one for them.
Yeah, Oldham are a weird bunch. 1 minute they can play some outstanding football, next minute they just get tanned.
Yeah, they're safe from relegation, so you could argue that they've got nothing to play for. But
they're the worst games and they're hardest ones, especially when you're trying to get something.
Definitely. You never know.
So, Europa League, who do you fancy for that?
The Europa League. Who's left in it? Sorry, Jordan.
United 6-2 on aggregate against Roma, and Villarreal 2-1 up against Arsenal going into the second legs on Thursday.
I fancy Arsenal to go through, and I fancy United to win the whole thing.
United to win the whole thing. It's a good shout.
That's what I think. But I do think Arsenal will go through because they have Arsenal are one of them clubs that can play really, really badly for 45 minutes, and just 20 minutes they will just find something. So I expect an all-English final, and United will win the whole thing, unfortunately.
Yeah, I could see the look of despair on your face when you were saying that.
No. but that's my prediction. So it'll be an all-English final in both European Cup finals, and City and United will win the whole thing. That's my prediction.
It's not a bad prediction, to be fair. I do fancy City for the Champions League.
Yeah.
And I think I'm with you with that. United look the solid out the 14s left in.
Yeah, definitely.
Would you imagine that United in City Super Cup final?
That would be crazy. That would be crazy. We can only dream as football fans.
If that did happen, would you back? I'd probably go United, just for the fact of European pedigree.
City. I would back City because I like watching them play football, Jordan, I'm not going to lie. The way Kevin De Bruyne this season has been unbelievable. And I've still got my prediction still on for Aguero to score the winning goal in the Champions League final.
Yeah,
his final
goal. Be something, won't it?
That's my prediction. Yeah, that's my prediction. Every time I say it, I get tingles. I just hope it happens. I will be a City fan that day if he scores.
It's like, I was watching the game last night, and I was rooting for City. I was buzzing when they got the goal. You wouldn't believe I was about them from the way I was like edging them on to get these goals and get through.
It's one of them things. It's a Northern club. It's a Premier League club. It's a Northern club. But if Aguero scored the winning goal in Champions League final, how fitting would that be?
Yeah,
won him the league in 2012. Won him the league in 2012. He's won numerous FA Cups and could score the winning goal in Champions League final. Just playing Pep, please.
Yeah.
So you never know in football, do you?
Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? So Euro 2020, they've expanded the squad to 26 men. Like, how do you think that'll benefit some teams? Think it's a good move or a bad move?
I think it's a great move, considering how easily players get injured these days. The opportunity of other players going to the Euros that people didn't have.
Yeah.
I think it's a really, really good move, and it stands for a better tournament. That's what we want. Obviously, fans won't be in, which will be heartbreaking. Totally, to see Euros without fans would be horrible. But I've been saying all season, Jordan, I'm so excited for this Euros because without getting too excited, it is our best chance in years. So bring on, come on, England.
Yeah, hopefully the year where we're all celebrating. I don't think it was
I-
quite worth that one, was it?
my honest opinion is that if we don't get to the semis, we've kind of failed. But I expect us to get to the semis after such optimism against Croatia in the last tournament. I just see us progressing a little bit further. I think we'll get to at least semis, hopefully. Fingers
And
crossed.
from 2018 as well, you look at the players that have come through, the likes of Foden, Grealish has upped his game, Greenwood, players like that. It's just phenomenal,
Oh yeah,
seeing it.
definitely. Well, you know my feeling. You know my feeling on Sorry, Jordan. You know my feeling on Phil Foden. I just think he's amazing. So
Yeah, that's quality player.
and obviously Jack Grealish and Harry Kane up front as well. As long as he stays fit, that'd be brilliant. But I think Harry Kane he's going to be inspirational this summer.
Here's one for you now. As mentioned, 26-man squad. You got to name your first 3 players on the plane and your 1 wild card that you take with you.
First 3 players on the plane.
Yeah.
Harry Kane, 100%. Jordan.
Yep.
Sorry, Harry Kane, 100%. I would take
It's a thinker,
Jesse
isn't it?
Lingard. Jesse Lingard.
Yeah, he's a quality player.
No, I was thinking about saying him from the wild card, but after the seasons he had, it's not really an argument. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Jesse Lingard would be there, and I would probably say Jack Grealish. I just think he's class. I really do think he's class. My wild card would actually be Vardy, and the reason I say that, it might shock people saying he's a wild card, but because of his age, I just think with Vardy, he reminds me of Jermaine Defoe in so many ways. It's like you can always score a goal when you need one, and obviously he's not as good as Kane. I would say that in my opinion, but I would take Jamie Vardy.
No, it's not a bad shout, to be fair.
Yeah.
For me, obviously Harry Kane's got to be there. Phil Foden's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And the third one, I'd probably go Mason Mount, and then my wild card would be Jude Bellingham of Dortmund. I think for a young player,
he's had a cracking season. He's had a cracking season. Jadon Sancho has to go as well, but Jude, that'd be good, definitely. Dortmund are doing well this season.
Yeah.
We've got a really, really good squad this season.
It's just a shame they need to be challenging rather than just getting top 4. We need them back.
Yeah, FC Hollywood all the way, innit? Bayern Munich. Yeah, so it's just hard in the German league.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, Bayern Munich actually paid a 25 million release clause, didn't they, for their new manager?
Yeah, they did. It's crazy.
So I think, what was it they said? That was like the 4th highest transfer, and he was a manager. It's mad, that, isn't it?
Crazy. It's crazy. The money in football these days, especially managers and contracts. I mean, we touched on it, Mourinho. Can you imagine how much he's made just by being sacked?
Well, but I believe he'll still get 9 million for 2 seasons, I suppose.
Exactly. So you think about that as well as Chelsea, United, Real Madrid, Inter Milan. He's made a fortune just by leading them. So
it's ridiculous, isn't it?
It's ridiculous.
Do you think? I know football's obviously going to create money and bring money in, but do you think at times there's too much money in football?
It's always been too much money in football. The grassroots, the pure fundamental of the FA is people who work for a living and then just play football after work, and that's what the FA started. That's how the FA started. With people who have minds working and then after work playing football. That's the grassroots of football. So us talking about League One, League Two, Conference, it really helps because that to me is football in a nutshell. For me, is finishing work on a Friday night and looking forward to go to the football at your local team and your mates with your scarf on, and that is football. It's not paying 900 quid a year. It's not paying 10,000 quid for a box or whatever. It's meeting your mates on Saturday morning, getting in at the gate, £10. That is football in my eyes.
Yeah.
So
plenty of times where we've gone watching Bolton or Salford, and just having a laugh.
Definitely, yeah. Having a laugh and meeting you up with your mates it's one of them things. That's what football is. And when we were younger, we would be out playing football all day. So
Oh,
the
very good, you know.
grassroots of football, the fundamentals, it's always been there. So yeah, that's what football's all about. So it's not about money, it's about being with your friends and enjoying it. It's about
I need to touch quickly on 33 SC. I'm going to get prediction in a minute off you. We won 4-1 at weekend. Good comprehensive win in the league. Good to see the players back booming with confidence, and it's just good to see to get that first win on the board. We play Talbot Road away in the league. I'm going to get your prediction for that match.
Talbot Road away. Let me say, I'm gonna say 5-2 to 33. Jordan Morris, man of the match.
Oh, I love you.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Nice one, Jordan. That's my prediction. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Just quickly touching back to the football, City can wrap the league up, can't they? I think they've got Chelsea. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, I think they can't. Do United have to lose?
No, I think just City have to win now. It's in there,
because they didn't play. United, they've still got one outstanding. So, do they have to?
No, I think City only need 3 points now because the games in and won't matter, will they?
Oh yeah, good point. So United are 13 points behind. No, if United don't win the game in hand, because there's 12, City got 12 points to play for, which takes them to the 92 points, and they're on 67, United, and they've got 5 games left, which is 15. So it's 82 points. So they need a win. Yeah, they need a win. They just need a win on City. City just need a win, and they've won the league.
Do you think it'll come on weekend? That
definitely, 100%. United, City, Chelsea. I just think it would be fitting to win it at home as well, because the next 2 fixtures, City's they've got Newcastle and Brighton away. So to win it at home at the Etihad against Chelsea would be after winning the cup as well, the semi-final against Chelsea. Well, losing the semi-final against Chelsea, I just think it'll be sweet for them because they'll win it at home against this type of team that beat them in the FA Cup semi-final. So it's quite rounded off the season quite well.
And who would you go for manager of the season? I know people always usually go for like people who've like winning stuff, but for me, I think David Moyes deserves a great shout for the way he's done the job he's done for West Ham.
I was just about to say David Moyes. Yeah, David Moyes has done really, really well this season. He'd be my shout.
Because to turn West Ham from nearly being relegated into a team challenging for the top 4,
yeah,
deserves all the plaudits he gets.
He'd be my shout, definite. Can I ask you a quick question, Jordan, as well? Do you think that Nuno Espirito Santo deserves a job at higher club? I mean, Wolves have done really, really well this season without they've really missed Raul Jimenez this season, and they've done really well in previous years, and that's probably why they've slowed this season, is because of Raul Jimenez. But do you think that he deserves a chance at a bigger club? Because I don't like disrespect as well.
It's a difficult one, this. I think, truth be told, is suit a style like Arsenal, without a doubt. He could get them playing some brilliant football. And that's no disrespect to Arteta, but you can see the job he's done at Wolves is phenomenal. Yeah, they've missed Raul Jimenez, but it could have been easy just to slope down and get relegated. They've not done that. They fought hard. Players like Cody, Neves, Martinez, they've come through. Just to change Traore can't get firing because he's a brilliant player on his day.
Yeah.
But that's testament to Nuno. And yeah, I think he's similar to Eddie Howe. They deserve the chance at a bigger club. Don't get me wrong, but I think they're happy where they are. So I think that's why they enjoy the football so much and get teams going the way they do.
Yeah, that's fair, Charles. I probably agree with that. One last question. One question I want to ask you as well, if you don't mind, Jordan.
Well,
we saw at the start of the season, the 2 Merseyside clubs, especially Everton, were just flying, if you remember back.
Yeah.
Now Everton are on 52 points. They've got a game in hand on Liverpool, so they could go into 7th place, a point behind Tottenham in 6th, having played the game in hand. No, sorry, they've got 33. No, they've got a game in hand of Tottenham. So if they win that, they could go within a point of Tottenham. After the start the two Merseyside clubs have had this season, and I know Liverpool haven't done well at all this season, let's be honest. I think they've been terrible. But do you think that Everton have kind of sloped? Do you think that seventh is a fair reflection of their season?
To a degree, yeah, but I can understand where people say they did slope because they flew out the blocks under Ancelotti this season. But I think this is where I don't want to come across as disrespectful. You don't expect them to go on and win the league. That
No,
not coming.
no.
But the way they flew, you'd have expected them to challenge for 5th and 6th. But West Ham just come up all of a sudden. So did Liverpool.
Yeah, I was just going to say that I expected Everton to be where West Ham are. To be totally honest with you, it's no disrespect to West Ham. The squad they've got, and especially the manager they've got, Carlo Ancelotti, in my opinion, is probably about the 3rd greatest manager of all time. Not now, of all time, in my eyes. So I just expected a little bit more from Everton this season. So
given the chance to build that season, they'll definitely be in and around the Euro spots, whether it's Champions League or the 5th place. I just don't think they was ready to go for like the Champions League fight.
Yeah, I think maybe another good summer. I think it's good to do with some defensive recruitment as well, because they've not been very good defensively this season, I don't think. But I think maybe a really good summer could maybe propel them into the top 4, top 5, top 6.
Do you think you'll be back challenging next season for the league?
Depends on our summer, because we can't rest on our laurels. I know people say having Van Dijk will be an extra signing, but I don't buy into that, because it's not necessary. We need our front three firing. We've been all right defensively this season. If you look at our rest, we just need our front three firing. I think we need another striker. If we don't get another striker, I don't think we'll ever win.
Salah's the one that's been firing, hasn't he? It's just that
Mane's
not been out.
I just think our reluctance at number 9, obviously Jota's injury, came at the worst possible time after scoring in 4 straight successive games. That really rocked our season. I think at the back we've been quite solid, to be honest. But I think we just need our players firing. And I don't buy into this suggestion that Klopp's under any pressure whatsoever. I don't think he is. After the season he had last season and the season before, and probably even the season before that. So I don't buy into this rubbish that he's under pressure, he's going to lose his job whatsoever. I think that's nonsense.
Do you think any pressure will come if these seasons carry on though?
Obviously they will, but I don't think they will. I don't think they will carry on. I'm not saying we're going to win everything every year, but I'd still expect us to challenge. I expect us to challenge next season. To be honest with you, Jordan, I see City winning 3 or 4 in a row now. I really do believe that. But as long as we're challenging, both in the European and domestic league, Klopp will be fine, Liverpool will be fine. So it's one of them things.
Do you think you'll have to settle for a season in the Europa League though next season and just build from that?
To be honest, but to be honest, what I'd really like to see is us play Curtis Jones and Navigator in the Europa League instead of I'm getting Minamino back from Southampton. I'd really like to see our young, not so young, our fringe players play in the Europa League, because Minamino's had a great season at Southampton. So I would like to see us maybe rest Fabinho when he comes back and gets into midfield. Rest him a little bit more, because we're too reliant on him at the moment. So maybe freshen things up by playing Minamino in the Champions League, in the Europa League, and then just playing Fabinho in the league or whatever. I just really like to see the strength and depth of our squad.
Yeah, you have got a good depth. There's no doubt about that. It's just unfortunate that you are relying on certain players a little bit too much. Like Fabinho must be absolutely knackered.
I know, that's what I mean. So I just would like to see maybe another cover at defensive midfield. Get Minamino back, because he's been amazing at Southampton this season. Yeah, so that's what I'd like. Just try and have a bit more balance in our squad.
Quick one. What's your true thoughts on Thiago? Do you think he's had a good season, or do you think he needs another one to adapt?
I always think there's foreign players coming into the Premier League, except Cavani. Cavani's been brilliant this season. They need at least a year and a half, especially Spanish players and Brazilian players. You need at least a year and a half to adapt. So I'm not worried about him having a poor form this season. People have been giving a lot of stick online, and it's nonsense, really. So give another year and then judge him.
Unfortunate, isn't it? The way abuse comes and goes in football too much. As you might have noticed at weekend, there was a social media boycott. I just hope that organisations do more to try and prevent the mounds of abuse that players get. They're just human beings at the end of the day.
Of course it is, but that comes with the platform, Jordan. When you have things like Facebook, Twitter, you're just gonna get that. You just have to maybe just. I'm not sure what the answer is, because you're always going to get idiots, always. So I'm not too sure what the answer is, but it's something that shouldn't happen.
Yeah,
Media
blackout as well. If someone's putting a racist remark or a racist emoji, surely that should be just enough to like immediate delete an account. Like, surely there should be a feature.
Banned. Find out with the club, ban them from going to watch them live, and I think it's been really frustrating this season, on and off the pitch. It's like if you remember a couple of years ago when Jesse Lingard was at United, he got a load of abuse because he wasn't playing well. And now fast forward him going to West Ham, he's like one of the starlets this season. So he goes off form. People are quick to judge, but they never understand. So
it's one of them as well. Lingard's a perfect example here as well. He was having a poor season, but people didn't know what he was going through behind the scene. His mum was poor.
Of course, yeah.
And he was looking after his sister as well as looking after his own children. People didn't know this, so they thought he was just being poor on the pitch.
Of course.
For him to even play under that mental stress is like, it take you out to the lot. And now to see him with a smile on his face enjoying his football, that's what it's about.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. So I think we just need to be less. I think we need to just take a minute and just stop judging people and then just
start enjoying the football and the game we created.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think that's a perfect note to end this episode. And it's been a brilliant one, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Thanks, Jordan.
You're very welcome, mate. And we'll be back in the next week or two with episode 9.